Yo, what's happening with y'all? Get that sun out y'all eye, man. It's your boy Chevy Boy Quan, man. Back at y'all again with another one. Let me go ahead and talk to y'all real quick, man. Shee, I tired as a bitch. Man, I put in some more work today, man. Go ahead and give y'all a little run through of what I did. So far today, what I got accomplished. If y'all watched my video I uploaded yesterday, I did for the most part. I accomplished for the most part what I said I was gonna do, and that is, the fuel lines are completely ran now. Everything's hooked up. I didn't do. I pretty much was running AN fittings for a majority of my fittings, like fuel and trans cooling lines and stuff like that. And just anything I could have put an AN fitting on, just for the simple fact I kind of like, I just like the aesthetics of an AN fitting in your build. So I've always admired that in builds I've seen, so it's pretty dope to have the AN fittings. Also, when people see AN fittings, they automatically assume your shit's faster than what it really is. So at least around here, that's just how naive people are sometimes. So I'm gonna make this quick because these damn sand gnats, you know, now we've really officially made that transition since time change. And the sand, this is the first time I've dealt with sand gnats working out here, so it sucks right now. So I'm getting my ass tore up. But anyways, what I got done, excuse me, man, my mouth's dry, man. I'm thirsty, so I need to run the house and give me something to drink. I should have did that before I started this, but that's all cool. So fuel lines ran, boom. Terminated at the fuel pump, at the sending unit. Terminated at the fuel regulator. Terminated out the fuel regulator. Terminated to the intake, to the fuel rail. So it's all completely buttoned up. AN fittings at the fuel rail with a 90, go straight back into an AN fitting into the fuel regulator. AN fitting out, and then to the actual sending unit. I just got the fuel hose, and I got it double fuel hose clamped. Not regular hose clamps. You gotta run those fuel hose clamps. I know that. I mean, you could get away with regular hose clamps for temporary, but you really need to run the fuel hose clamps. That is a temporary thing. I am gonna put AN fittings on the sending unit. Just because AN fittings, I like that, they're pretty much easier to use. Either I'm gonna use the quick disconnect to AN fitting, which is really what I probably use. The actual quick disconnect one, where you actually got to use the line wrench tool and slap it in there. That I might actually buy those. I've never used those before, so it'll be interesting to use those. And that's not in a bad spot where it's a pain in the ass if, you know, something was to go bad and it starts leaking. It's not bad in a bad spot to change out. So I'll probably get those quick disconnects for that. Just to make it easier if I had to drop the tank again. But the god damn, that was something with a double clutch in it. It might have been like a Porsche or something like that. So I got that done. I ran my trans cooling lines. I did get that completed, and I ran the trans cooler. I just have it sitting in its spot. It's not actually mounted. I gotta buy some longer back. I gotta buy some more back strap. I just had some scrap back strap laying around that I thought I could use. I painted it black and everything, but they're still just too short. So I'm gonna buy some new back strap, and that should take care of that. But I've got the cooler lines ran, got the cooler hooked up, everything's terminated. I got AN fittings to my trans cooler ports, and 90 out, and I just actually have the push lock ones, but I still went ahead and put clamps on those too, even though they're the push lock ones, they're not supposed to come off. I just went ahead and put some hose clamps on them just for some extra security on that, you know. Just kind of that is a pain in the ass spot that I don't want to leak. So hopefully it's all good there. And thinking about it, to be honest with you, I should have put some Teflon tape on it. I didn't. Damn. Hope I ain't got to drop that down again. You know what? Car's up in the air. I'll probably just go ahead and drop the fuel, because I had to drop the transmission down. I had to pull a crossmember out and load the transmission. So I'll probably just go ahead and just drop it again. Put Teflon, you know, disconnect those AN fittings and put some Teflon tape in there. Just extra security stuff, man. I might as well just go ahead and do it. The car's up in the air. That'd be a pain in the ass. That is a pain in the ass spot that I need to make sure is correct. So I had to drop the transmission. People will say, well, why'd you need to drop transmission for cooling lines? Well, I had to drop transmission for the cooling lines, man. If I didn't, I was gonna be pissed. Pissed off because it was just taking too long trying to stick my fat arm in there to get it turned. So I dropped the transmission, man. I had clearance for days. So I did that, and I actually got the harness on the engine. I did figure out all that stuff I was asking y'all about yesterday. I figured out those pigtails. One of them I don't need, which is the fuel one. That is actually it is for a fuel pressure input. Output, is it output or input? It's for the it's a 5-volt output off the pigtail. It's actually for Holley's fuel reluctor. If I was using their fuel rails, I could put a fuel reluctor in the system, so it's optional. I don't need that, so I'm just, unfortunately, it's terminated. You know, it's ran through the line, through the harness, so I can't just cut it. I mean, I'm not going to cut it because that harness has a lifetime warranty, if I'm correct, or something like that. So I'm not going to cut that harness. What I'll do is I'll just pull it back and zip tie it. You know, I might tuck it into the loom or put another piece of loom over it to wrap it up and put some zip ties on it just to close that, make it look clean. The other one, the MAT, I do have to have. It's basically identical to the IAT sensor. So I do have to run that. If y'all have ran that, you know, that MAT on y'all's intake, please let me know. It looks like what I have to do is drill and tap, drill a hole into my intake behind the throttle body. It's basically that MAT is manifold. If I was correct, I think I said it, but it's manifold air temperature sensor. That's all it is. So I have to put that in behind the throttle body. So I found a spot. I'll show y'all here in a second where I think I could put it, and I'll be able to run the wire and make it look clean and everything. There's two spots. I think I'll be able to put it to make it and make it work. But actually 3 now that I'm looking at it from this angle. But yeah. Give y'all a quick little, I did hook up my harness more. I did terminate some more connections. Hooked up the ground to the back of the heads. That ground is for your, it's important you put those grounds on. If you're ever doing an LS swap, you have to put those grounds on. Those are the grounds for the injectors. You have to terminate them at the head. But let me flip this around so y'all can see. I got the transmission cooler. I'm gonna mount it right here, but right here behind these little brackets, you see I got the braided cooler hoses right there. Those are nylon on the outside. They're steel braided on the inside, and nylon sheath on the outside. This is backstrap. If people don't know what it means, backstrap is very bendable. You know, you can use it to put anywhere. I use this a ton in car audio when I used to do car audio stuff. So it's a piece of aluminum basically, but I did you know, paint it with my paint, you know, just to paint it black, so you know, in a sense, you know, it'll sit like that, and then I'll get some nuts and bolts and mount the cooler to this right here, and you know, put some self tappers, or either I'll drill and tap some holes into the cross, you know, into the cross, which I'll probably drill and tap some holes right there, because it's not a bunch of weight. But that's all ran. I've got some nice little like hose separator things right here holding my cooler lines, and I got them ran up underneath there, you know, so just something. I set the radiator in here just for mock-up purposes, just so I could see a few things. But yeah, man, that's she's in there. She looking good, man. She looking real good. Yeah, man, looking real good, man. Looking real good so far. As you can see, I tried to tuck as much as possible right there by the fuel rails. This side here, I haven't really done any. I gotta tuck that in a little more. But yeah, man, I got your harnesses up here. You know, oh, sorry for that. Off the Holley is the IAC. You got the fuel. This is the one I was telling y'all I don't need. The fuel one, and that's how it looks. That's for the fuel reluctor. So like what I said I'll do is I'm gonna end up just taking it and I'm gonna double it back like so, what I'll probably do is put a piece of heat shrink on the tip here, and I'll double it back like so, zip tie it, and I'll probably put another piece of this loom. I got some thicker, you know, some bigger loom, and I'll just put it over that section right there, tape it, you know, tape it or zip tie it so it, you know, looks clean and hides it. And then got the I got the throttle position sensor. Sorry about that damn gnat. I got the CTS, which is your coolant temperature, which I'll go ahead and plug that back in. Hold on, I'm trying to plug it in now. All right, that's plugged in. And then this is the one right here, the MAT pigtail, and that's how it looks right there. So what I'm thinking, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to cover the camera. What I'm thinking, God damn, these sand gnats are getting me today, bro. What I'm thinking is spot right here. You know, I could probably somewhere right here. I could probably drill something like that, drill and tap, or I don't know. Yeah, probably somewhere right here. I probably drill and tap that, and then you know, I could probably run this under here like so, and double it back around, and essentially it would probably it'd plug in like this right here, you know. So I could do that, or right here. So a little spot, and I gotta get the sensor. I gotta buy it since I don't have it. So right here, right next to this little vacuum spot right here, I could put it right there, I'm thinking, and you know how the pigtail would look going in there. I think that's cleaner, actually. That'd be a cleaner spot to put it, so I'll see if I can get one, go ahead and put it there. I'm thinking that'll be the good spot there to put it. Got my this is the only thing. I got my map sensor right here. Figure if I put the map sensor right there, right behind the filter, boom. I'm just gonna do the little pancake filter that sits right there. I've seen on a lot. Yeah, man. I need to get the if anybody's running this particular Dirty Dingo, I'll double check Dirty Dingo's website. I need to get the belt. Need to go to get that. These little spots right here, you see, that's just surface rust. There's just some dirt in the grooves right there. That's all it is. All that's just surface rust. That's nothing major. I probably just take a nylon brush and brush that out, and then hit it with some spray paint on the right here. Alternator. That alternator is not staying anyways, but I probably will use it. The one thing that freaks me out that I did not see on this Holley setup is I did not see a pigtail for the alternator. So I'm gonna double check Holley's website on that. To me, that sounds like I'm gonna end up having to run the a self-excited alternator, which if that's the case, that's fine. I'll get one. So, but yeah, I'm getting in there. Transmission cooler lines, as you can see, it already ran down there. What I gotta figure out is the exhaust. I'll probably end up having to get the heat shield wrap and wrap it around the hoses, because it looks like it's gonna pass, the exhaust is gonna pass right over it. So in actuality, the exhaust, actually, the way it is on the other engine, the cooler lines actually run right along the side of the block, the metal lines that run along the side of the block. So I'll end up actually probably putting that foil wrap blanket, or wrap it around the cooler lines, just to protect them from the exhaust, and push it against the frame, push it against the motor, zip tied off or something against the block. I have to buy a new starter. I just, you know, the starter that came with this engine, actually, the little on the back of the solenoid broke off, so I have to buy me a new starter. Sucks because that starter was in actually pretty good working condition, but it's old. But yeah, man, that's just kind of where I'm at, folks. I am gonna end up needing a throttle body. I don't think I want to run I'll look at that adapter plate, that 4 bolt to 3 bolt adapter plate. I'll look at that. But I don't think I want to run that throttle body again. I'll double check. If anybody happens to have one for the low, hit me up. Let me know, man. We cannot do DMs on YouTube anymore. I did look into that. YouTube used to allow you to do DMs. I don't know why they took it away, but you can't do DMs on YouTube anymore. So what y'all do is go to my IG. My IG is the same handle as my YouTube name, which is I underscore at Chevy Boy with the I at the end underscore Quan. Same exact handle as my YouTube. So y'all hit my IG if y'all want to DM me or whatever. But yeah, man, that's pretty much where we're at with it, man. I'm happy. Oh, my drive shaft, I got my drive shaft in. I do not have to actually replace my drive shaft. I was under this. I was a little nervous. I thought I would have had to replace my drive shaft, but I don't. It's in. It's bolted up. I did actually strip one bolt going into the back of the rear diff yoke. I'm actually go get that right now, actually, before the sun sets. I'll put that in, so at least I know that's done. But yeah, folks. Sorry about that. My sinuses bother me a little bit. I didn't mean to spit on camera, but yeah, man. Light looks decent. Yeah, everything coming together, man. It's think we coming together, folks. I think we gonna have some firing up here soon. So, I've just been reading. I'm gonna go back in the house. I'm gonna clean up for the day, probably. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit. I feel it. I'm wearing short sleeves again today, so I'm gonna go ahead and read through the manual again. I read through the manual a couple times last night. I got it downloaded on my phone now, so I'll probably read through it again. Just going through everything, all the sensors and stuff like that, and make sure everything on the up and up. But I'm happy with the progression so far, man. Now that I'm at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and mock up my headers, see what's in the way of the headers on the passenger side. See if what I need to kind of move and get out of the headers way, the shorties way. Tie up things, get everything tight. So I'm at a good point now, where I'm actually gonna lose some time. It looks like this thing may push into April. The days are getting long again, so I might get some time after work, but during the weekday. But for the most part, it's going to end up pushing into April, it looks like. Next weekend, I got some stuff to do with my wife. And then the weekend after that, it's a possibility I'm going to be helping my uncles with somebody else's car. So, yeah, unfortunately, always get thrown off track. Once I get rolling good, something comes up and throws me off track. So it sucks, but that's part of being an adult. But for the most part, I'm at a very good point here, folks. I'm literally thinking all I gotta do is get my throttle body, get that MAT sensor, plug those in. Then I'll go. I just have to tie in all the loose wires on the harness and plug it in, and I'm done. So, yeah. Y'all take it easy, man. Stay blessed. Stay peaceful. Love life. Enjoy life. Love your family. Take it easy.